Hi, my name is Katy Neisler, and I am here on this week with your weekly wisdom. Now, this week, I want to bring our attention back to the body. Now, as spiritual practitioners, and as anyone who has this wonderful ability to tap into source and get new ideas and new theories, we can get stuck in our higher chakras. We can get stuck in our theories and never actually bring information down into our bodies and down into this actual earth plane. So whether you're fucking Atlantean or Pleiadian, excuse my language, or Arcturian, whatever alien race you think you are still here on this earth plane, and you have to play by the rules here. And on this earth, we have been given a body. And we get caught in our heads thinking that we know everything and that we can create from our head. And there is this beautiful ability to imagine and to have intention in order to manifest. But we still have to bring it through the other planes, the planning plane where you have discipline and you take new action, the emotional plane where you have creativity and you morph the idea into something that will actually work here on earth. And then you have the physical plane where you actually birth through something. And so we get stuck. We get stuck in our heads. We get stuck in the higher chakras. And nobody can seem to bring the information and to bring the theory down into their bodies and actually birth it. Now, I want to talk about that a little bit because it's something that's been coming up for me in my own world, but also I had this beautiful experience with a client who expressed that she has all this theory and she has all this knowledge, but still feels incompetent in some way, still feels like she doesn't actually have the wisdom. Well, knowledge plus experience equals wisdom. So if we have all these theories and we never put it into practice, we never bring it down through our bodies and take action steps to make change, we don't actually have the wisdom. We just have information that could spin someone out or that could inspire someone who actually pulls it through these steps and then creates something for themselves from it. And then we're left in the dark going, well, that was my thing. I had that idea. Yes, but ideas are just ideas, and they're little muses that float around and pick different people. And they're going to multiple people at once. So one of you is actually going to manifest it. And if you don't take the steps to do it, you're not going to be the one to create that on this plane. So how do we bring those beautiful concepts and theories and ideas into practice? How do we bring it into our body? Well, one thing that I love to do when I get a new download or I get a new theory or new information, whatever you want to call it, is I actually go and get physical. And this is something I got probably about a year ago when I was working with other practitioners in a store, and I saw that they had all these beautiful ideas but were never able to make them a reality. And I realized it was because they weren't getting in their body with it. So I made a pledge to myself that when I got a new massive download or a new thing of information, that I would, within 12 hours, get physical. So I would go work out, or I would go on a hike, or I would sit and breathe and bring my intention back into my body and imagine the information moving down through my channel and out into each and every cell. Because wisdom is truth that we've lived and experienced in each cell. Each cell holds a piece of that wisdom. So if we don't allow it to integrate it into our system and to become a part, a literal physical part of our body, then we can't create something from it. So first, when you get these massive ideas, these downloads that you know in your heart are something that need to be created, get physical. Allow it to permeate your skin and to permeate your cells, because then you'll have a better idea of how to bring it through. So how do we bring it through into this earth plane? Well, we have to want it, and we have to have the practice and the self-discipline and the action steps to make it a reality. Now, practice gets combined with practice makes perfect, which is a double-edged sword, because we have practice, which is a lot of work, and then we have perfection. And we're never going to be able to get to perfection because we're imperfect people. And the practice is going to drive us crazy because we're never going to actually reach perfection. So instead, let's make practice simply a devotional practice, simply a devotional act, a devotional, action that we take every day. So if you want to get that perfect beach body, your practice is to wake up and go to the gym every single day, even when you don't want to. If your goal is to create a new website and create your business, what devotion, what practice and action steps do you need to have to make that a reality? Are you going to get up and do a video every week or every day, or work on your website every day, work on getting your clients every day? Or are you going to stay in bed and dream about it? Practice is simply the devotional acts and disciplined acts we take in order to make something a reality. And discipline is an interesting word, and if you follow if you're in the Golden Collective and follow Nicole, she talked about this a little bit. Discipline we associate with self-punishment. And I had this a lot around eating and around working out. I would use punishment and beratement to get myself to do something. And that's what I associated discipline with. And when I got initiated into teacher, when I became a teacher of this work and of these theories and concepts, I was given a new guide who's very discipline oriented. And I remember going, oh crap, what the hell am I going to do with this guy? And this guide actually taught me a lot about what discipline actually is, which is simply showing up to do the work. Showing up every day in a good mood, bad mood, showing up and doing the work. So if you're freaking tired and you don't want to get out of bed to go to the gym, you show up and you do the work anyway. That's simply what it takes. Practice is discipline. Discipline is taking responsibility for what you want in your life and actually living as if that's something that you already have or that you're working towards. If you don't take those small steps to go to the gym, you're not going to make that beautiful transformation to completely change your body. You have to take the small steps in order to have the transformation. I want to say that again because this is really potent and something that I've seen in the past 2.5, 3 years of my life. You have to take the small steps to create the transformation. If you don't show up in the small, you won't show up in the big. So take the small steps. Take the time to have a practice. Take the time to have a discipline and create something new. Whether that be your life, whether that be an art piece, whether that be a book, whether that be, I don't know, some as seen on TV gadget that you've been dreaming about. Do it. Take the small steps to make it a reality. Allow it to become your practice. Allow it to become experience, because knowledge plus experience equals wisdom. And if we don't experiment to see if something is working, then we're leading people and ourselves into brick walls that don't actually work. But if we experiment and we see that it's actually something that can become a reality, then we lead people into creating something new for their life. And we lead ourselves into creating something new for our life. So take the time to allow new information and new ideas to integrate into our body, integrate into our cells, and then live it, practice it, make it a devotion, make it a discipline, and see what happens. Because let me tell you from experience, when we show up in the small action steps, so much beautiful, big, grand transformation and miracles happen in our lives. All you have to do is show up today and do the work. That is your weekly wisdom for this week. I want you to go ahead and check out my website, katyneisler.com. That's where all my services are listed, and that's where this video will be posted as well. And I will also be starting a monthly newsletter in February that has all of these in one place for you, but also a monthly Outlook video, which I'm still playing around with how I'm going to structure it, but will be exclusive to the newsletter. You'll also have exclusive deals and discounts, and if you've worked with me before, either in a reading or a session, there's an opportunity for you to get discounts as you refer people too. So look out for that. There should be a pop-up on my website that allows you to add yourself to the list, so do that. And keep clicking around. I recently added my artwork too, and that is a new concept I'm bringing in where I will do commission work for you all. So if you like my style of artwork and you're wanting a physical piece in your life, we can have a conversation about what that might look like and what that might cost. Well, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week. Namaste.